Hello ladies, this is Stacy with Stacy's Crafty Jam, and I am so excited that you're with me today. I'm so excited to do this craft. We are going to make a 12 by 12 mini journal, and when I say 12 by 12, I mean we're using a 12 by 12 piece of cardstock. You can use a one-sided. I happen to have a two-sided today. But you can use obviously you can use a one-sided, because let me show you what I'm talking about. This is what we're going to make. So cute with our little bow here on the outside. I decorated my cover with a little cluster and some cheesecloth. Of course, got your, look at your lovely inking on here. Let me see if I can get my lighting a little better. There we go. You can see your inking there. Open up your little mini journal. You've got a little flip part here that if you wanted to glue this down as a little tuck spot to tuck in stuff here, you certainly could. I'm just going to leave it as a little flap. We've got our ephemera in our first pocket. Then we've got a little journal. This is a 10-page journal. I love the little torn edges. That's the way I did it. I inked my edges there. Now you could cut this straight, make yours a little less vintagey. I did a stamp in some gathered twigs here. You got your 10 pages, pamphlet stitched in there, and then another pocket on your back. And I put some stickers on there, and then of course your ephemera. Then again, you can glue your this little flap part down and make this a tuck spot if you'd like. I just chose to leave it as a flap. And then, of course, here's your back cover. I didn't decorate the back. But this is the little journal. It's going to measure about, let me look at it and make sure. Yeah, 5 1/4 tall by 4 1/2 wide. But each journal is going to vary, and I'm going to show you how and why. So let's get started. I chose this pretty pink. You guys know I love pink. This is a two-sided cardstock. I did decide I liked this little design here, but I want the polka dots to be my outside edge. So that's how I'm gonna. So you'll have that on the back side, upside down, and you're gonna fold about. You're gonna make sort of like a little tubey, but we're not gonna fold those down. We're going to decide where we want to put this, and I'm going to put it about here, and we'll use our bone folder and fold that down, and then we're going to bring up what's going to be our pockets. And this is what I mean by your journal is going to vary, because let's see what I ended up with. I ended up with I did it again, 5 1/4 tall. I guess that's right where I want to go. 5 1/4 tall, and then we're going to fold this. So what you did is you folded your top part down, I guess about 3/4 of a way, and then you're going to fold this up to form your pocket, and it ended up being 5 1/4 tall. And then we're going to fold it in half. Well, let's ink first. I'm not. Let's save ourselves a little step. It's easier to ink now. And of course, you don't have to ink, but y'all know me. I'm going to ink everything. And I'm using gathered twigs today. It is raining today here in Texas. So happy to have rain. Oh, Lord have mercy. It's been so hot. But I heard that rain going. We'll see if that thunder comes in on our video here. So anyway, doesn't that look pretty? All inked up there. Now I'm going to fold it in half. And I want to get that straight there. And we'll get this down. Use our bone folder. If you guys don't have a bone folder, you can use the top of your glue. That works just fine. That'll work. You can use your handle of your scissors. That'll work too. Then we're going to create those little flaps. And we're only going to come in, I guess, about 1 inch. 1/2 inch to 1 inch, and I'm doing these both at the same time so that I can make sure that my book folds evenly. So I'm going to bone fold this pocket here, and then we're going to flip this one inside. And we'll bone fold that. So, what we did is we folded that in half, and then we folded about an inch here to make our little flap. And there you go. Well, I got it upside down. There you go. So you got your pockets on either side where we have our flap. Now, you know the way paper does is when this folds down, we can see part of the paper. So I decided to use some washi tape. Now, if you don't have washi tape, you could take a strip of paper and use it as, you know, to cover up your little piece here. Now, you can always keep these as pockets too. You could glue this down and just use this as a pocket, but I'm not doing that. I'm going to use my washi, and I'm going to use a pretty pink and floral kind of washi. I thought that would go. I love stripes or polka dots with floral. I think that's just so pretty. And we're going to do this in half. We don't want all the washi in there. Oh, here comes my kitten. Little Tanner wants in the show. Hello, baby. You are in the way. I got too much of the washi here, so let me start over. I was watching the kitty cat. Oh, goodness gracious. He's a mess, guys. Look at him. He's going to play with my washi. Well, I'm not through with that, buddy. Oh, goodness gracious. I'm telling you, he is my helper. He is my helper, and if that's what you want to call it. He runs off my cheesecloth. Yeah, here he goes. He's going after my cheesecloth. Okay, now you got to get down. There he goes. He had to leave the show. And we're going to cut off our little extra washi. I love this floral washi with the polka dots. And so there we are. We got that half done. And let me get my washi again. Oops. And we'll get this half done. Or this side, I should say. And we want to go, well, did I get that right? Yeah, that's good. And then I'll fold this washi over to the other side. And now we have covered that little paper edge, because when paper folds, it doesn't give. It's gonna create that little edge there, and you don't want that to show. It's kind of not on the pretty side. So there we are, and let me cut this just right. There we are. So we've got our pretty washi covering up that little flat part there. We've got our pockets. At this point, I want to ink my folder, and I can tell that my washi's kind of. Let me cut that little edge out there. Yeah, we're looking good. I'm going to get this folded better. There we are. Now I'm going to start my favorite part, which is my inking. And again, like I said, I'm using gathered twigs today. I wanted the brown with the pink. I thought that looked extremely pretty. Now, I inked the pocket first because it's easier. I find it to be easier to do that. Now, you could always lay something underneath here and ink afterwards. There's always ways around things, But I wanted to ink that pocket first because it just made my job easier. And so we'll ink all the way around, inside and out. So I love it when the folds are inked. Oh, just love that look. And I'm loving this brown with this pink. I really, really do. Now, I pulled out my flamingo tish or kish, or I don't know how to pronounce that. The Tim Holtz pink. But I thought it just too much pink. So that's why I decided to go with the brown. My stickers are trying to come into the show. I'm going to use those on the front cover there. I pulled out some stickers I got at Dollar Tree. We'll decorate the front here in just a minute. We get through our inking process. And I like to ink these folds So I'm going to fold this back, and I'm going to ink this fold. And I like that look. Now, you wouldn't have to worry about inking this part. See how that, I love that look right there. We're going to fold this out and get this little fold done. You won't see much of this because this is where the little journal part is going to go, but you might see it, so I don't want to leave her out. Everybody gets part of the fun. And I tell you what, I love the bluish, the teal, the paper that I chose for the prototype. This one doesn't, it wanted to fold back in there. So here we are. We have inked, we have made our cover to our beautiful little mini journal. Let me get her out of the way. And I had pre-cut some papers before we come on. But what I did is I'm going to use my coffee dye paper. I'm going to use in a book page that I got out of a encyclopedia. I love graph paper. I'm going to use that. I've got some more ledger paper. I've got another book sheet here and some coffee dye paper. And I think there's like 6 pages in here altogether. What we'll do is we'll fold them. We'll get them to where we know we want to make it right on our make it fit, you know. So we're gonna fold. Let me go this way. Get everything level on one end, and you'll fold over. And it doesn't matter if things aren't just perfect, because that's the beauty, especially if you're doing the vintage look. That's just really, I think, the beauty of it. You know, not having everything just perfect. I'm going to use my tear ruler, and I want a torn edge. You can leave this straight, but I like the torn edge, so I'm going to go for that. So let me start out with this side. I love my ruler. I know you guys, if you've watched my videos before, then you know me and this ruler have a love affair. Oh, make sure I'm not tearing too much. Yeah, I'm good. See, this is why I had told y'all before I wanted a clear one so I can see what I'm doing. But I like that torn edge there. And then we'll tear this other side too. I'm going to get it somewhat even. And we'll tear this. And then that forms our book. There we have it. And then our book is going to go in here like this. And that is how the journal's made. So let's I did want to tell you, when you're getting your journal pages together, your coffee dye paper, your notebook paper, your book pages, whatever you want to put in here to make your journal part, make sure you're about a 1/4 inch, 1/8 inch, giving yourself some clearance here, so that the cover of the book is bigger than your journal. So you don't have to do this, but I want to make sure that this stays in place. Yep, there they go. Now my cats are fighting. And I'm going to get my paper clip, and I'm going to make sure she stays in place. And then I'm going to get my awl in my mess of a desk, and I'm going to find my halfway point. I think that's about halfway. Okay, yeah, that looks good to me. I'm going to poke a hole there, and then I'm going to come up here about 1/4, 1/2 inch, about that length there. I'm going to poke another hole, and then I'm going to come down here and do the same thing. I learned to pamphlet stitch. What am I? And then I'm going to use this pretty brown. I learned to pamphlet stitch a week ago, And this may be something that you guys know how to do, but this is a very new process to me, and I'm in love. So you want 3 times the length. So it's 1, 2, 3. And I'm giving myself a lot of ample room. I personally want a pretty bow on the other side there. So I'm making myself enough allowance so that I can make a bow. And and then you'll need your needle. I'm using wax thread. You'll need a little pokey tool and all. And I'm going to come in. Usually you'll come in from the center here, but this time, because I want the bow on the outside, I'm going to start from the outside, going in the center. Poke myself in the finger. And I'm going to leave myself enough string out here that that gives me plenty of string to tie my bow. And then I'm going to come up here to the top hole. I'm going to go in. And then I'm going to skip the middle hole. And I'm going to come back right here. But I'm stitching everything now. I am loving this. This is so fun. Oh my goodness, it's so fun. I'm really enjoying the whole project. Then I'm going to come over to the left of my first, when I first came in. Don't get on top of your other stitch. And then we'll take our needle off. I'm going to put it on my shirt so I don't lose it. And then we'll tie our knots. And there you have it. Easy as it is, and I am in awe of this little process. And then this time I'm going to come the other way on my knot. And I think they call these square knots. I think. And there we go. I tie 3. They say to tie 2, but I tie 3. And then I'm going to tie my bow because she's cute. And this wax thread just holds. I like that about it. And there we go. There's our little journal. And I'm going to leave extra thread. And there we are, guys. She's so cute. I really like her. And let me get my paper clips out the way. Get everything folded the way it's supposed to. Everything out the way. And there we are. And then there's our little journal. And you've got your, again, we can glue these down, but I'm going to leave them flapped. That's just what I decided to do. I've got my, this ends up being a 12-page book that I have. The first one was a 10-page book. Because you'll take 5 or 6, 8 pages, however you want to do it, and you'll fold them in half, which gives you double the pages. And then there you go. And she's cute. Now it's time to do the fun part, which is decorating. My bow may be kind of big. Maybe she's a little on the big side. I'm still going to leave my strings there. I may cut those off, though. Those are a little long. Let me cut off a little bit of them. Alright. Now, I made a cluster. I'm going to use some cheesecloth on my cover. I'm going to use some cheesecloth because you know I love it. I like that vintage look. We've got it all inked up. It's pretty. I'm going to make sure my strings are all good and showing. I'm going to put a piece of cheesecloth down, and then I made a cluster a while back, and I'm going to use her. Collect beautiful memories, and that's probably a really good saying for this journal, I think. So I'm going to use some Fabri-Tac because I'm using the cheesecloth. And get the cheesecloth set down. And like I say, I like those strings. Those strings get to be playing out here and showing off their pretty stuff. And then I'll lay down my cluster. Now you can choose to decorate your, this is sticking up, your front cover any way you want. I happen to have this cluster already made and thought that it would look really pretty, the pink little doily that's on it. And then I've got a pretty, pre-made, should I say, decoration, you know. That's why in our Christians, or our Crafty Christians corner, we have these challenges, we have these mask making challenges and whatnot, and we encourage you guys to build up your craft stash and have you some clusters ready so that you can just put stuff together really quick. And I find it like I just got into my stash and this is what I had ready to go. This does not want to hold down. I'm gonna have to hold her down a minute. Y'all behave. Alright, and then I'm going to figure out what I want to do. I know I want to stamp on here, but I want to ink my pages. I didn't do that before. I want it to look weathered and flip through and go with the whole vintage vibe here. And so now you can skip this process, but if you're doing a vintage theme, or even if you're not, you're choosing a different color of a theme, you're not going with the vintage, but you want to ink with blue or green or whatever you want to do, I can't wait to see your projects. Now this is for an event we have with Crafty Christians Corner, and that's why I wanted to get on here and show y'all my little rendition of it. And get her really pretty and inked. There she is. She's so pretty. And then I'm going to use this ink to stamp right here. And let me see about, I pulled out some stamps, which stamp I want to use. I like this butterfly, but I like these flowers. I think I'll use the little heads of these flowers here. And just use the little top part of that. Oh yeah, that's pretty. And then I'm going to do on the back side too. And on that side I'm going to do a butterfly. And I'm going to do it like that, yeah. Oh yeah, that's nice. And then now you can stamp on each page, but I want to leave enough room for journaling. Look at that. Look at that encyclopedia page. I loved that. All right, and then let's find some stickers we might want to use. I pulled out a few, and I was going to see what I thought. I like this rose, and I got a bunch of new stickers at Dollar Tree last week, and I liked these. Aren't they pretty? Dollar Tree has really amped up their game with the stickers. I tell ya. I like that. Where was that rose? I think I might want to use that and maybe a little butterfly that I have right here. So that's what I'm going to do. And all my stickers, I always like to use my stick glue. Make sure they stick down really good and stay in place like they're supposed to. That's very pretty. And I'm going to take this little butterfly I have right here. If they'd have had more of these, I'd have picked them up. They only had one set. I like that. That's lovely. And then on this side, I think I want to use this cute little butterfly. I don't know, this butterfly's, my whole theme is vintage, so I want to stay with a vintage vibe, but I love this dragonfly. And I think I'm going to use this color down here with the green. And again, getting more of my scotch. Can't beat that glue stick. It's good, good, good. And I'll choose one of those little flowers too. This little flower here. And this is it. This is how quick this is. All right. I don't know if I wanted to use those pearls or not on here. I think I like them. We'll go ahead and give them a go. I've never used them before. I've had them out a while. And we'll give these a little looky-see. I like that they're in a little string, a little line there. And I think I'll just put them right here on the bottom. That's kind of pretty. What do I got there? I got 5 of them. I think I'll do it again this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And let me get these off. And I think I'll do them along this line here. Yeah. That's nice. That's lovely. I'm going to have to make sure I get this stuck down there. But there it is. Let's put some ephemera in it, and we are done, done, done. We need something in our pockets. Here's a little tag. We'll stick her down in here. And I liked this little tag. I don't think I like that. We're going to take her out. And I'll put this here. And we'll put some more ephemera in here. I don't want to put those in there. Put this piece in here. We'll put this piece in here. And I like that. And we'll have that peeking out. And there is our booklet, our little journal. It's called, the challenge in the group is called, or the event in the group is called a 12 by 12 journal. It's not a journal that's a 12 by 12. It's just made from a 12 by 12 paper. And just one 12 by 12 paper made this journal. And, you know, you have your pockets, you have your journal pages, and then you have another pocket. And again, like I said, you could glue this part down here and make this a tuck spot too. But this is your event. You guys go sign up. Show me what you got. Show me what you come up with. The papers that you choose, and I will be so thrilled to see it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I thank you so much for your support. God is so good to me. You guys are amazing. Do hit subscribe if you're not a subscriber. I would love to have you. Give me comments. Let me know what you think. Maybe videos that you would like to see, things that you would like to know about, and I'll get busy on those as well. If you're not a member of Crafty Christian's Corner, we would love to have you in our Facebook group. Such a fun group with great events, and like this 12 by 12. You know, I don't know why we're calling it 12 by 12 journal, because it's really a 5 1/4 inch journal, but it is gorgeous, huh? And I thank y'all for joining me today, and I will see you at the next video. Bye-bye.